High vibrations, everyone. If you've been watching Papa Duck as long as I have, then you know he keeps it real. And that's what I'm going to do today. Now, as I'm speaking with you, you can consider me the auntie that the cool auntie that always takes care of the children and makes sure they are straight, okay? So I'm just gonna be very blunt. And I wanna ask you guys a question. Why are your children still enrolled in public school right now? Now, before you give me a lot of flack about asking that question, because look, I'm just gonna be blunt. We're just gonna talk, okay? Can we talk? I wanna show you guys a short clip. It's 30 seconds, and then we'll come back and talk.
Some content addressing where we are in that process, something brief. Dr. Ziegler, would you be interested in providing that to the community in back to school?
Everything that Mr. Mahevdi mentioned is part of the rollout plan. So we have a pretty robust indoctrination plan ready to go, enculturation plan for this ready to go as we move into the new school year.
Thank you, Dr. Ziegler. I was just going by what the items were on the slide.
So we have a pretty robust indoctrination plan.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but that is some mess. Now, these people are not keeping it a secret. They're telling us what they want to do with the children. Now, did that guy stumble? Did he stumble over his words? Heck no. He didn't stumble over his words. He didn't say, oh, let me backtrack. I meant to say something else. They just kept it going like it was normal. And so this is why this is why I asked you the question. Why are your kids still enrolled, and what's preventing you from taking them out? Now, you may say to yourself, well, you know, that's happening in Virginia. They didn't say that in my local county. They didn't say that in my state. Okay, but have you seen some of these headlines? What about this one? Look, like I said, I'm just going to talk to you like we're family. I'm the auntie because I want to make sure the kids are straight. Let me introduce myself. My name is Christina Nicole Smith. Some of you may know me by my indigenous name, Adelohosgi Agatahnai. And I've been homeschooling for 16 years and counting. And when I started in 2009, I had a lot of family members discourage me from making that decision because, we've all heard, your child won't be socialized, and what are they gonna do? They won't be around other children, and all these different things, right? But I went on ahead and made the decision to move forward, and I'm so glad I did, because when 2020 hit, guess what? My phone blew up in a major way. People were asking me, and I had people admit to me that, you know what, you made a good decision to homeschool. And people were coming to me for my advice, which made me realize that a lot of people needed advice during these times because everything is so uncertain. So I decided to write a guidebook, and it's called Indoctrination or Education, a 6-step action plan to successfully transition your child from public school to homeschool. Now, in this guide, you will discover the following things: the origins of the compulsory educational system and how it explains why we are seeing such disregard for what parents want, as well as the unconscionable treatment of our children in today's schools. The 5 biggest myths about homeschooling and how they don't hold water. Where to start your homeschooling journey, no matter what state you live in. How to get the support you need as a newbie homeschooling family. How to find the time to homeschool even if both parents are working outside of the home. What local laws state the school board can do when it comes to having authority over your child. And we just looked at, that's why the school board was talking like that, because we're gonna go over the laws that give them the authority to do this. And it's very eye-opening. And you'll also learn 7 strategies which encourage the development of 7 resources of highly resilient and capable young people, and tons more. With so much going on in the world. And when people came to me for help, I realized that it was important to make things as easy as possible, especially when it's easy to get overwhelmed with all the many changes that are going on in the world. Just think about the last 2 years, how many different laws, mandates, requirements, all these different policies that have been passed in the schools, and there have been many, and they keep changing. 1 minute it's okay, 1 minute it's not okay. 1 minute we're doing this, the curriculum's changing. Now we're going to bring these people into the school to teach our children. It's too much. And so with keeping that in mind, like I said, I want to make the guide as easy as possible, as short and concise as possible, but with all of the necessary information that a newbie homeschooling family would need to get started and feel good about starting their homeschool journey. Our children are it's the greatest creation we will ever make. And if we don't help nurture them and guide them and prepare them, then what kind of future world will we be living in? Think about it. I mean, just think about it. If we just continue to say, okay, they'll be all right, it's just 1 more year, you can stick it out, buddy. If we keep doing stuff like that, do you know what kind of how emotionally wearing that will be on the children? Imagine how you would feel if you were in a situation that you just really didn't like, but you were just dealing. Why do we just deal? And what are we teaching our children when we just say, okay, let's just deal? Some things you should not just deal with. You should instead take your power back, because see, we're not powerless. And these people think that we should be, that we should just allow them to institute their robust, how do you put it, their robust indoctrination plan in place. We should just let them do that, and we should just, bring the children in there and just have them sit on down for that. So remember, there's always a choice, and we don't have to do that. Let's work together for the betterment of the children and for a better world that we want to see. We don't have to do this. I want to encourage you to start your homeschooling journey. I will be here to support. My youngest is 5, so I'm going to be at this a little while longer. So if you have more questions, let's just say you get the book and you're like, you know what, I have more questions, that's fine. You can contact me at my Facebook page here. You can send me a direct message and we can set up a consultation if you'd like. And I want to leave you with this. A wise man once said, Ralph Smart, do something today that your future self would be proud of. And that's what I'm asking you to do. Consider that as you move forward. Happy homeschooling.